Good morning students. Today I will teach to you new exercise 7.2, and in a 7.2 points given that fraction on the number line. Okay. Now how can you represent a fraction on the number line? Okay. So now I take a 1 by 2 and 1 by 2. How can you represent on the number line? For making a number lines, you first draw a horizontal line, okay, and this is a horizontal line, and in a middle, that is, you know that it is a 0, and left side of the 0 is represent negative numbers, that is -1, -2 and so on, and here represent +1, +2 and +3. Okay, so this is your number line, and in this number line how can you represent a fraction 1 by 2? So first you check that 1 by 2 is less than 1 or not. Okay, so now 1 by 2 lie between 0 and 1. Okay, 1 by 2 is lie between 0 and 1. Okay, so first you take a point 0 and 1, and in 1 by 2 write in a denominator 2. Okay, so you make a 2 part of a 0 to 1. So now you make a 2 parts, that is a 1 and another is 2. So now you make a 2 part, and in a numerator write a 1. Okay, so you take a 1 part from these. So this is you take a 1 part here, that is a 1 part, then it represent a 1 by 2. Okay, so this is representation of 1 by 2 on the number line. Okay, so for making a number 1 by 2 on the number line, first you make a 2 parts which are given in a denominators, then you make a 2 parts, and in numerator write a 1, so you take a 1 part. So this will be shows that 1 by 2. Okay, so now next, now students, how can you represent a 1 by 3 on the number line? So now 1 by 3 is also lie between 0 and 1. So in a denominator write a 3, so you make a 3 part, okay, between 0 and 1. So that is a 1, that is a 2, and this is your 3. You take a 1 part because it write in a numerator, so you take a 1 by 3 is that. On the number points you take a 1 part. Okay, so it is a 1 by 3. Okay, it will be represent a 1 by 3. Suppose that you take a 2 by 3, so that is also less than 1, and you again represent a 3 parts between 0 and 1, you make it, then 1, 2 and 3. So you take write in a numerator 2, so you take a 2. So you write here 2, that it becomes a 2 by 3. Okay, it represent a 2 by 3. Suppose that you want to represent a 3 by 3. So now 3 by 3, that is a lie. So you take a 3 parts in a denominator. So you make a 3 part in a between 0 to 1, and take a 3 parts in a numerator, then you take a 1, 2 and 3. So this will be your 3 by 3, and you know that 3 by 3 is 3 1 ja 3, 3 1 ja 3, then it becomes 1 by 1, that means 1. So it becomes a 1 also, and it is also given. Okay, so this is a 3 by 3 representations. I think all the students you understand it, how can you represent a rational number on the number line. Okay, now students, next concept is given proper fraction. Okay, what is a proper fraction? In a proper fraction, numerator is always less than the denominator. Okay, numerator is always less than the denominator. So now for examples, that is a 1 by 3. So now 1 is known as a numerator, it is represented by capital N, and 3 is a denominator, it is represented by a capital D. So now here numerator is less than the denominator. Okay, so now here numerator is less than the denominator, so this fraction is a proper fraction. For I taken another example, suppose that 3 by 5. So now here 3 is also less than 5, and that means numerator is less than the denominator, so it is also a proper fraction. Okay, now I take, suppose that 7 by 9. So 7 is less than 9, that means numerator is less than the denominator, so this is also a proper fraction. Okay, so I think you understand is what is a proper fraction. Okay, now next, improper fraction. Now students, next, improper fraction. What is improper fraction? In improper fraction, numerator is always greater than the denominator. In this, numerator is greater than the denominator. Here for examples, we write 3 by 2. So now here 3 is greater than 2, and 3 in a numerator and 2 in a denominator. So here numerator is greater than denominator, therefore it is in a improper fraction. Okay, similarly 7 by 5. So 7 is also greater than 5, so it is a improper fraction because numerator is greater than the denominator. Okay, next example is given a 9 by 4. 9 by 4 is also a improper fraction because 9 is greater than 4, and that means numerator is greater than the denominator, so it is a improper fraction. Okay, now students, now improper fractions can change into the mixed fraction. Okay, improper fractions can change into the mixed fractions. Then what is a mixed fraction? Now students, improper fraction can change into the mixed fraction. Improper fraction we can change into a mixed fraction. Okay, so now students, mixed fraction. A mixed fraction has a combination of a whole and a part. And one thing more I am write in a notes, improper fraction can change in a mixed fraction. Suppose that I take a 5 by 3, that is a improper fraction because 5 is a greater than 3, so it is an improper fraction, and this improper fraction we can change into the mixed fractions. For making a mixed fractions, you divide a 5 by a 3. So now 3 1 ja 3, that is 3, and you subtract it, then you obtained a 2. So now here this is called a quotient. This is called a quotient. It is represented by a Q, and this is a remainder. It is represented by R, and this is a divisor. So it is represented by a capital D. So now mixed fractions, you write here mixed fraction is equal to quotient is to remainder upon divisor. Okay, quotient remainder upon a divisor. Okay, remainder upon a divisor. So what you write here? Here quotient is what? 1, and remainder is what? 2, and divisor is what? 3. Then 1 whole 2 by 3. So that is a 1 whole. It has a combination of a whole. So this is a whole and a part. So 2 by 3 is a part. So it is a combination of whole and part is a mixed fractions, and it is equal to the 5 by 3. So that is a improper fractions can change into mixed fraction. So this is your 5 by 3 is equal to 1 is to 2 by 3. So now in the next classes I will start your exercise 7.2. Now students, thank you.